The Texas Revolution. Do you know why people thought Texas was so valuable? That's because the land was great for growing cotton, which was the South's most valuable cash crop. The story of Texas starts with Moses Austin, a banker who dreamed of starting a U.S. colony in Texas. After Austin died in 1821, his son, Stephen F. Austin, took over his dream. Officials agreed to let Austin start a colony under conditions. He could only choose moral and hard-working settlers. Austin agreed to the terms. By 1827, he had attracted 297 families, soon known as the Old 300. Texans were unhappy with Mexican rule because they were used to governing themselves, and they resented taking orders from Mexican officials. They did not like that all official documents had to be in Spanish, a language they weren't willing to learn. To top things off, many slaveholders were upset when Mexico outlawed slavery in 1829. The Tejanos had their own complaints. They were mad that most of the American settlers came without Mexico's permission. They were upset that the immigrants showed little respect for the Mexican culture and didn't plan on becoming a Mexican citizen. In response, Mexico closed Texas. Government sent troops to enforce immigration laws. The land in Texas was valuable because most of its region was well suited for growing cotton, the most valuable cash crop. In 1833, Austin traveled to Mexico and represented the demands of the Texans to the new head of Mexican government, General Santa Anna. In response to this, Santa Anna threw Austin in jail for promoting rebellion. Soon after Austin being released, Texans revolted. Santa Anna was determined to stop them, so he marched north with 6,000 troops. This caused the Battle of the Alamo. In 1836, most of Santa Anna's army had reached San Antonio. About 180 volunteers were there defending the town. Sharing command with William Travis was James Bowie. He was a well-known freedom fighter in Texas. When Santa Anna got to the fort of the Alamo, he raised a black flag, meaning expect no mercy. Santa Anna demanded that the Texans surrender. Travis answered with a shot from his cannon. For 12 days, the Alamo got pounded with cannonballs. On March 6th, Santa Anna gave orders to storm the fort. The battle went on for 90 minutes, then it was over. Almost everyone was dead, and anyone who survived was murdered on the spot by order of Santa Anna. At the end of the Battle of the Alamo, Santa Anna spared only the women and children to go back and tell people of his victory. This just made Texans even more angry. 2 weeks after the defeat at the Alamo, a group of Texans surrendered to Mexican forces outside of Goliad, with the surrendering that they would be treated as prisoners of war. But Santa Anna set aside the agreement. Instead, he ordered more than 350 Texans shot. In 1845, Texans claimed its independence, but America annexed it because the South people were anxious to have Texas. And the reason for that was they would have another state that agreed with slavery. The Northerners opposed it for just that reason. But on the last day President Polk was in office, he sent a message to Texas officials asking if we could have Texas, and Texas agreed. This made Mexico really mad, which led to the Mexican-American War.